Welcome to our new video. In this video we are going to talk about Honor 70. So without wasting any time, let's get started. This is the new Honor 70, a mid-range phone that is the most reasonable choice in the Honor 70 setup, dissimilar to other phones. We've seen from Huawei and Honor, this one is being released directly into Western market sectors with Google administrations on the Honor 70 is a successor to last year's Honor 50. And it brings a couple of updates. There's a new chipset, a bigger battery, and new cameras this time around. Design-wise, there's basically no change from the past model. The phone is lightweight with a back produced using frosted glass. The most notable difference is the camera bump, which is totally different, and the plastic frame is glossy and make the phone to feel razor slim, and both the back and the screen curve into it. There's no official ingress protection on the Honor 70. Very much like last year, the phone's curve-old display is like the Honor 50s, with the exception of that it's slightly greater at 6.67 inches. There's a 1080p resolution and a 120Hz refresh rate. Even though the predecessor was bright enough, the new model improves on that a bit. We measured a maximum brightness of around 510 nits with a manual slider, and this lifts to 790 nits in auto mode when out in the sun. The support for 10-bit color as well as HDR10+ support we have under display Fingerprint Reader, which is extremely quick and reliable. Where the Honor 70 falls behind, however, is the adaptive refresh rate at 120 Hz. It smooths out your swiping and scrolling, but the screen won't dial down any lower when you stop interacting with it. Another feature that is behind the opposition is the sound arrangement. You just get a single speaker. Here the bass terminating speaker isn't that loud, earning an average score in our test, and the quality is dull sounding and a long way from great. You get storage options for 128, 256 or 512 gigabytes. On the Honor 70, yet that is not expandable. The interface of the Honor 70 is Magic UI 6.1 based on Android 12. It's smooth and smart and beautiful, bloat-free, tastefully. It's the same as past version. The Honor 70's chipset is a little update over last year's model. As opposed to a Snapdragon 778G, now you get a Snapdragon 778G Plus. The difference is a slight increase in the clock speed of the main CPU core. The performance is, as you'd expect, to a great extent comparable. It's not lead-grade power, however strong for an upper mid-range device. One issue we found, however, was with the thermal management under heavy stress. The performance is less stable than what we saw on the Honor 50. During our stress test, the CPU performance would periodically dip to just 20 of its maximum level compared to last year. One significant update you'll find here, to some extent on paper, is a bigger 4800 mAh battery for reasons unknown. However, the general battery duration hasn't seen an improvement this year. The Honor 70 had the option to score a similar 100-hour in duration rating in our tests, which is only respectable for this size battery. The Honor 70 packs the same 66-watt charging as in the past, and to over-surprise, even with a bigger battery, the charging speed has further developed. We had the option to charge from 0 to 71% in 30 minutes. The large update over the Honor 50 is in the camera division. The Honor 70 offers a new 54-megapixel main camera, another 50-megapixel ultra-wide with autofocus. The third camera is a depth sensor photo from the main camera turnout, and 12.5 megapixels. They are great. You get sharp pictures which have a lot of fine detail and saturated colors. Dynamic range is great. The ultra-wide camera is a major improvement over the past generation, and it's likewise better compared to most phones in this price. It gives pictures with a lot of detail and punchy colors. Dynamic range isn't impressive though. However, in keeping in mind that the focal point of the casing has great sharpness, the edges are somewhat delicate as opposed to having a committed micro camera. The Honor 70 can utilize this ultra-wide to make close-up shots. These have good amount of fine detail and sharpness. With night mode on, you end up with sharp pictures which have a lot of fine detail and saturated colors. Selfies come from the 32-megapixel front camera, and the quality is brilliant. We were impressed by the amount of sharpness and detail, especially for this class. The Honor 70 can keep recordings in up to 4K resolution with both of its rear cameras. Video from the main camera has great sharpness and detail. Wide dynamic range, low noise and punchy colors. Contrast is right on track. 4K video from the ultra-wide isn't really that great from the main camera. It's less sharp. There's an in general dark look. It's still good for this kind of camera, however, particularly contrasted with phones whose lower res ultra-wides are restricted to 1080p resolution. So that is the Honor 70. It's striking, and that is a method for getting Honor and Huawei technology in a new phone along with Google services. Furthermore, that you get a lightweight design and extraordinary curve-old display, fair battery duration, or more normal cameras at the cost. The main downside though is the cost. For a same money you can find flagship killer with sound system speakers and an all the more powerful chipset with better thermals. So while the Honor 70 is a very decent mid-ranger until its cost goes down, there's all the more value for your money somewhere else. If you liked the video, give the big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you on the next video.